Did you see Evander Holyfield get knocked out?
No.
Not knocked out, but knocked down like hard. Like he don't need to be. His old ass don't need to be fucking boxing.
Evander is not a young guy.
He's not
anymore.
a spring chicken.
Yeah.
Does that mean that the chicken was born in spring?
Does that mean that when the chicken was born, it was like sprung up?
Sprung chicken?
I
guess that's a completely different
change
thing.
the word.
No, spring chicken. I think spring chicken probably means that it was born in the spring. But what the fuck? I guess that means it's born like just recently and fairly young.
I guess.
But wouldn't you make the argument that a spring chicken wouldn't be the most efficient fighter either?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that a chicken in general.
Or so they use spring chicken for anything. But I guess that I'm trying to say here that a spring chicken isn't going to do many other things other than
spring.
Yeah.
I don't know where the term came from.
I hate all those terms. Anyway, but yes, Evander Holyfield.
I ain't no spring chicken.
If you look up, just look it up on Google, Evander Holyfield fight. He didn't need to be boxing.
All I had to do was put Evan, and then it gave me their Holyfield fight. So, Evander Holyfield loses comeback fight while Trump commentates. You know what? You deserve to lose. That's all I want to know.
Worst.
That's all I want to know. I don't care anymore.
That statement is the nastiest statement I've heard. Like, what the fuck?
Why is
how did Trump go
anywhere?
back to doing anything he's just like, all right, I'm gonna be the president. All right, now I'm gonna go back to being...
Isn't he under federal investigation right now? Like, people used to lay low when they were under the investigation by the feds and, try to not be like out there. I know he was just the president and like that's a slightly different story, but now that you are not president, now there's a federal investigation underway against you. Probably multiple. So
damn, I thought that was gunshots. Which is this one?
No, man.
Damn. Where's the gunshot? Why the gunshot should be away from the whistling and all that shit. Now it's whistling and in a fucking prairie. Like
that's where they take place, shots where
let's go to the place where nobody's gonna be at and
listen, forgive me if that makes sense. Let's go and have a gunfight where there's nobody.
No,
sorry, that makes a lot of sense.
I think we just disturbed like the most peaceful prairie there ever was. It was like harmonious, like harps are playing for some reason.
Maybe it was like in some downtown fucking weird hillbilly village, and they were shooting at the crickets because they were tired of them and they were trying to sleep. Like fuck all that.
Put the pads in a more corrective order. What I want to say is, though, that's fucked up. I don't understand how he's just announcing at fights. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird that he's doing that. But I mean, it's not really surprising because it's Donald Trump and he believes he can do whatever he feels he can. At all.
To be honest, it doesn't seem like he's quite wrong.
He's not wrong. No.
Yeah, but Evander shouldn't. That will basically. I mean, there was all that speculation. If Tyson were to fight Holyfield, like how would that go? I think we all know that at this point, Tyson looks like he's in better shape than any man on the planet, and he's always on mushrooms, man. You can't fight nobody that's always on mushrooms.
My belief is this:
Evander don't look like he's ever taken a.
When it comes to Mike Tyson, the same way you looked at him in his prime in like the 90s is the same way I'm looking at him now. I am not trying to ever be in a ring with Mike Tyson. I don't need my head to be popped off, especially by a 50-plus-year-old man. It just feels like I should win that fight. But there's certain fights in which an old man will still rock your ass.
The one with Mike Tyson.
Applicable.
The one with Mike Tyson.
Right. And on that note...
Did you say rock your ass?
Yeah, and then I said pause were applicable. I didn't really... Anyway, welcome back, one and all, to the Kiona and Kasson podcast. This is
where
episode...
we apparently rock your ass.
Hey, man, not everything... All right. Anyway, welcome to episode number 109. I am your host, Adam, here with my brother, Osama. Dog in the back, He's becoming a more regular on the show. He's taking Dave's spot. Sorry.
Again, if we would have had a better podcast, that queued up right away.
I wish I would have have a nice little seat that he could just lay on here,
him?
Yeah, and he can kind of just be
I'm sure you wouldn't get him to lay there the whole podcast.
I don't know, man. He does a pretty good job laying down there. Even when we take a break.
Throne?
Something, a little perch. Like even when we leave,
a fucking bird.
Even when we take our little break in the middle and we leave and come back, he still comes and just continues laying down.
I think he'd just rather be here and laying down than out there waiting to have you come outside and play with them.
Yeah, he's like, wait a second, why are you going in there and I'm not allowed? So, but no, but having him like, having like a co-host chair.
Did you say what episode this was? 10.
I did while you were singing.
I was
or
trying to start
talking or
singing.
whatever.
We will rock you.
Oh.
Hey, did you cut the middle? Like that's something that you don't usually do, right?
It's something that
Get away from the microphone. You don't usually do that, right?
So basically what happened was a lot of the
Now
chin
you
hair.
should just shave off the mustache and just have the fucking.
No, I'm not Amish.
It's like chops.
I think that's for an unmarried Amish man. Is they keep the stash off and they keep the whole beard in place.
So they grow the mustache when they get married.
Yeah, I think so.
That's
yeah.
funny, man.
Or it's the other way around, but it's one of the two.
So they have to have a mustache, no beard.
No.
As soon as they get married, they gotta grow a beard.
No.
What happens?
It's always the mustache. The mustache is always a variable. So they always have the beard.
How do you know this?
I was working at a flea market, and this flea market was in Shipshewana, Indiana. You ever heard of it before?
Don't fucking curse at me.
You know what I mean? So we went down there, and I think I might have told this a little bit before, but long story short, it's
They should
Amish
let
town.
you jump ahead a little bit in the clock if you forget.
Long story short, it's like Amish village, right? There's like more horse-drawn buggies than there are cars. They have the right of way. It's a lot of people without no lights, no phones, no motor cars, not a single luxury, just like Robinson
No
Crusoe.
lights, no phones, no motor cars, not a single luxury. Like Robinson
A little throwback
Crusoe.
to some Weird Al for you.
It's as primitive as can be.
But yeah, so
We've been spending most our lives.
I thought it was a
living
little bit
in Amish paradise.
yeah, so it was like literally Amish paradise, right? Like there was the women were like they could not look at you because they were like they're under Amish
Cut their
rules.
eyes out?
No, no, like they're just not allowed to or something. I don't know. They're like,
Where are we at? Why does everybody have their eyes
kinda
closed?
like-
No way, they don't do that.
they don't look at you.
Like,
Especially if you're like an outside person, right? And I was there with like a big, like tall, husky white boy, and we just looked extraordinarily out of place. Like he had like big gauges in his ear, like you know what I mean? Like just wasn't we obviously were not from there. So, but one of the guys eventually, like probably a younger guy, was talking to us about it.
like you're like, hey, dude, what's the deal with this? Have you ever had?
I was like, why do some of you have mustaches, but some of you don't, but you all have beards? It's a little weird.
You said that?
Yeah. I mean, like it's a good question, and I feel.
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably not the most sensitive way
Like,
to ask
can
it.
you grow a mustache, or is it just
Is
the
there
beard,
a
the beard?
thing?
Like, because you always see a guy that can grow a mustache, no beard. You never see a guy can grow a beard with no mustache.
And full disclosure, it's usually an Asian guy. Glenn has that exact issue.
Glenn
he
has like
eight,
little like sprouted hairs. They're thick as hell, and he goes,
he has like 14 on his chin, and then he just has like little stash. But I'm like, why can't you grow?
Come to think of it, like Rich and James, I don't think they had beards either.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
I don't know if it's like just a Filipino thing, maybe.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Either way, keep going. Tell me more about the way you abrasively ask questions
Well,
to this
what you
Amish
have
guy.
to understand is,
Did he
it
look
was-
like he could beat your ass? Because I mean, they be building houses and shit.
I wasn't worried about any of that, man.
There's a
From
lot.
Chicago, man.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
How many Amish people you think it take to beat you up? I'm gonna tell you probably.
it
right
could
now,
be just one, depending on the right guy.
I
I mean,
think the right guy will give you the fisticuffs, man. Because I feel like Amish people, since they don't fight, like they've watched, like so they don't watch TV, right? So it feels like they're living behind that time. So I feel like they're living in the time people fought like this.
but I also feel like
all of them on cue.
if there's
And this is no hate to Amish people. I just am assuming things based.
yeah, there's
off
a lot of weird things
what I
about
know.
Amish people. There's a lot of weird things about them. I don't know everything, but if I'm basing
They dress
anything,
like never mind.
if I'm basing anything off of like Weird Al's songs being true, he's like, a local boy kicked me in the butt last week. I just smiled at him and I turned the other cheek. I don't think that they fight.
I think that you got some Amish people fucked up. I think they would. Also, my question to do would have
He
been
said, "Amish with a tude, it's unheard of."
unless Well, this is a while
unless
back.
you're from out of town.
You tell me this right now. You can grow an ill ass mustache. They make you cut it every time. You're pissed off about that. You aren't fucking. You have no TV.
I don't think that they let
no
their whole
lights.
stash grow back in and then
You
shave it.
happen to know that
stupid.
there are some really nice cars that exist, but they won't even let you look at them.
Listen, why do you think
How mad do you think
Rumspringa is a thing? You know,
you're gonna beat somebody's ass. Is what I'm saying.
the people who
An outsider's gonna come in and ask a dumb question about a mustache.
listen, you have to understand. Okay, first of all, it was a 3-hour drive.
How do you go back to the levels?
What do you
Home.
Yeah, a home button usually does it. So now it was like a 3-hour drive to like central Indiana. I already
sucks.
I already felt like I was going to get murdered.
I
like,
hate Indiana.
on the way in there. And so, you know, because of the fact that like only certain people are really trying to interact with you, like I was bored as fuck. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna stir up some shit. Like, let me get to talking with these people.
This was at the flea market, right?
was at the
You're
flea
not
market.
just walking up on somebody's farm like,
No.
what's up with y'all mustaches?
No, but I tell you what,
Hey, you don't got one. What the fuck is wrong with you? You look like you got good facial hair. They won't let you go. Oh, that shit.
I wish I had some money at the time and I wasn't just there to try to make some
Start
money.
a revolution.
Dude, Amish fucking shit is like really good, sturdy,
Oh yeah.
well-made shit.
Who told me? Not Ro, the guy that hated on us, but my other guy. He was he was only
the real Rohan.
He told me he was like, man, I would buy. He was buying like Amish like couches and shit because them shits are sturdy.
Yeah.
And I know because we had to lift it to get it into the truck one day.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, this is not light.
Those are like the most gangsta-ass carpenters of all time when it comes to carpentry.
It's because that's all they do. They make them build houses even when like why are we even building
wish I
houses?
could-
We have not even this many people that live on.
I wish I could hire a crew of
What's the
Amish
name?
people to build me a treehouse. Just build like the dopest
I feel
treehouse
like
of all
that's a
time.
bit disrespectful. Hey y'all,
Listen,
when you're done with that, I'd like to actually talk to you about this big ass tree in my backyard.
I don't think you can disrespect them through a podcast because they don't have any
They
electricity.
don't listen. I would like to know though, anybody who is listening, like, do you have friends who or family possibly?
Did you maybe leave the Amish farm and
I
you were
want to
like,
know about
Rumspringa, and I'm
I want to
staying?
know about Rumspringa. Like that would have been the question I asked, dude. Like, hey, you know, you guys do this thing I heard in a movie once. What was the name of that movie?
I don't remember.
It was the kid from I'm not usually a cold coffee guy, but I'm gonna drink it.
It was a
Only
guy
'cause
from
it's
what?
a little, the kid that played in the last season of The Office with the weird hair. I can't. You know what he looks like? Looks real funny. He looks like Dwight's son,
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, college road trip.
something like that. Either way, they picked somebody and they went to Rumspringa, right?
Yeah.
Or did they all go to Rumspringa?
I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and
Either
watch
way,
it.
if you
See,
don't
we
know,
always do this to
if
ourselves.
you don't know about, look up the exact definition because I would like to hear what the definition of it is.
I don't even know how to spell
I'm
it.
gonna Rum and Springer.
It's probably like Jerry's daughter or some shit.
Anyway, so Rumspringa is a thing that happens at as an Amish youth, right? Like
No, it's actually spelled like
Rumspringa,
Springa. Like if you can imagine a Boston person saying
like your
Rumspringa.
like your ginger beard.
What happens during Rumspringa? Amish youth, a large percentage of them for the first time in their lives, go on their own in the outside world. An individual's Rumspringa ends when he or she agrees to be baptized into the church and take up the responsibilities attendant on being an adult member of the Amish community. What do Amish do during Rumspringa?
Fuck.
Traditional youth activities include volleyball, swimming, ice skating, picnics,
Volleyball.
hiking. See, these are the things that these jackass people believe their kids are doing. You ain't going on Rumspringa and just like
Dude, the
living
word
a normal
rum is in
day.
it. There's no way you're gonna go fucking kick a fucking soccer ball down the field.
Hookers and
All right,
cocaine.
wait. Hold up. Are you telling me that these are things they don't have in their community already?
I'm telling you, it's hookers and cocaine.
Oh, there's got to be a lot of hookers and cocaine.
Which I mean, whatever.
Or maybe a guy Amish dude and a girl Amish chick, right?
By some coincidence, those two babies met. and fucked.
No, they do Rumspringa together maybe, and they fuck, right? And I don't know, but I would assume that there's got to be crushes that are going on in the like.
Dude, I'm guaranteeing you, there's
Look,
a lot of fucking in the Amish community.
I know the outfit is the same for everybody. Dudes wear like church fits essentially, like white t-shirt, black pants,
and the women dress like they're
boots.
fucking like infants in a little bonnet and like
large infants. Listen, we're not talking about it as like mean, but it's like this is what it looks like.
This is what it looks like to us as
Okay,
outsiders,
all
and
right.
we can't really. I'm telling you, I tried to like dig into the mind of the Amish man a little bit, and I only got so much information.
Are you saying that like, is there not much to download?
No, I just saying like they don't care to like
They don't wanna
sit
talk
there and
to you.
express their lives to you. You know,
I mean,
they're like, yo, I got things to do. Like I got to go build a shed.
I
Like,
get it, but like, I mean, it would be. I think it
got
would
to
be
feed my horse
beneficial.
now.
I think it would be beneficial to understand about the Amish community.
I think that there's a lot that is known about them. I just personally don't know a lot about.
Like, well, probably
how
so,
things
but I
work,
think like
you know?
I don't know. I get it. I guess there's communities like you hear about
It reminds me a lot of Mormon, and that shit is weird to me. So
all that stuff doesn't. I don't know the difference. So it reminds me of like those desert islands where like there's those communities of people like tribes where they'll like shoot at you and kill you if you even come close, which they did to that guy. And then they showed the picture.
think that happens in a lot of
The
places.
picture of them is like this, like they're celebrating, like woo.
there's a lot of places
Woo!
where if you go to the wrong place, you're gonna get shot at. You know, a lot of countries.
I get it, but you're not gonna get shot from Amish people, right?
I don't know, man.
You just told me they don't fight.
Yeah, but they might shoot.
That's conflict, though.
No, it's not.
An Amish with a dude? You tell me dude ain't got an attitude if he just shoots the shit out you?
Think about Money Talks.
Where does that come from?
Remember when Chris Tucker got his boys on Money Talks and they're just hanging out in the stadium and they're just having the time of their life? There was no malice in their hearts. They were having a great fucking time. He was just
Well, they had feelings for what's his name? Franklin, right? So they were friends with. That's why they.
yeah,
were
but it
there.
wasn't a hostile thing. It wasn't like an attitude.
It was though because
They were
trying-
laughing. Dude was eating the other dude's lollipop.
That's because they enjoy murdering. That's a whole nother.
Well, there you go.
That's a whole nother level of this.
Maybe
shit.
they have like a group of
Those-
Amish people dedicated to the murdering. Like it's the Amish Mafia type
There
of shit.
is that. You watched it with me, didn't you?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Dude, I've watched it. There is something called okay, obviously it was TV, right? And they played some drama for the camera. I don't know how scary they really are. It didn't seem like they could, but they might be. So
like think about like Junior Mafia. They just rapped. They weren't.
Like
They
Lil
weren't
Cease?
actually. Yeah, they weren't like killers.
why would we talk about them?
Well, I'm just saying that's another thing that has mafia.
that's
in it.
a
like the
rapping
Amish
group.
Mafia
You're not
might
re-
actually have a completely different agenda than trying to kill.
No, I think they were actually
Even the Italian mob had a different agenda. It wasn't about killing, but they needed to make a statement, so that's what they did. Do you think there's like inter-Amish Mafia beef? Like, is there other mafia families?
Yes, this is what I watched on TV. You can see it. It's on Discovery. If you go on your Discovery app,
This is not an ad, by the way, because Discovery doesn't pay us shit.
no, man. But anyway, if you go to Discovery, if you go to your Discovery app in your TV and you go check out, it's something Amish something, right? Check it out. I'm telling you.
Check it
It
out.
seems like there's a whole politics behind it. But anyway,
I'm sure there is.
My concern is the more like lighthearted, hilarious things. Like exactly the only thing I really think about is Rumspringa. So I'm just wondering, like, again, you telling me that there ain't no like crushes. So how I would want to know what's the percentage of people who never come back?
I would think it was high. Like, to me, it would be like
Check
a
and
revolving
see if
door
it-
at a job
see-
that sucked,
see if
and you were
that-
just like,
See if that stat exists.
how many Amish return after Rumspringa?
I mean, because to be honest with you, it seems like dude, I can do this or go build houses for the rest of my life. Like, and I'm not
Wow, I put how many Amish RE, and then it said return after Rumspringa. Like, people really want to know
saying
about
no.
the Amish.
The phone is listening.
Wow, okay. Judged by practical results, Rumspringa must be termed largely successful. According to studies done by Thomas J. Myers, a sociology professor at Goshen College, more than 80% of Amish youth do eventually become Amish church members.
Eventually, though.
In some areas, the retention rate exceeds 90%. Why do you have a retention rate?
Eventually.
Yes.
Though. Like so.
Like, a dude was like 50, like, all right, man.
yeah,
it's time for me to
that's what
settle
I'm
down.
saying. Like, how long after you done you find out that fucking feels good and like drinking is fun
So,
and smoking things.
The
is
next
good.
question actually kind of somewhat answers that. It says, how long do Amish go on Rumspringa? And apparently it's around 2 years.
2 years.
Each community has its own rules regarding Rumspringa, but it usually lasts around 2 years. During this time, the adolescent is allowed to live outside of the community without Amish restrictions. After that time is up, he or she must return to the community and make a decision.
Is that what dude did in Kingpin? Caleb, wasn't that his name?
I don't know.
You remember who I'm talking about, though,
No.
right? You remember Kingpin with Woody Harrelson, where he has the one hand because they took the other one, and it's not the one. It's not like a Happy Gilmore situation.
No.
Like an alligator didn't get his hand.
No. And I was just quoting that yesterday. I was like, one eye.
They wouldn't let me play.
Chubbs.
They wouldn't
you
let
took
me.
his hand.
They wouldn't let me play though. Why? Because you're black? Hell no. Damn alligator got my hand. He's like, ah.
He was like, sorry about that.
He's like here, and every time he would grab it, he'd grab it and crush the fucking hand. That's
Fucked up. And then a semi came and ran it over with 9 fucking wheels.
So Adam hasn't posted the first one yet. It will come up hopefully soon. But the next watch along is going to be Happy Gilmore for sure, hands down.
Yeah, for sure. Also, yes, just so we are clear early, this is unfortunately probably going to be another week where there's no after party, simply because I have a wedding to go to
It's like
right after this.
everybody is having a wedding.
Can people stop getting married? Y'all are making life inconvenient.
Look
for me.
at
I want to just chill.
No,
on my couch.
wait. Firstly, watch your mouth. There's nothing better than an open bar and free food to dance around.
It's Sunday, bro. I got work tomorrow.
I am not going to concern myself with work. I will figure it out. Look at future me. I'm no listen. Just for future for just like yo information. FYU.
What? For your you?
For your you. Anyway, listen. Adam has a wedding today. I have two.
And it's not my wedding. Let's be very clear here.
And
because,
I have 2 consecutive weddings on Sunday after this, which is bullshit. Actually, we have one that we may not. We're gonna have to record on like Saturday or something because we have Max's.
we'll figure things out.
Yeah,
you know?
but this Sunday
maybe we'll shoot in our tuxes or in our suits. Not in our tuxes.
Oh, that might be kind of cool. I'm gonna be suited and booted.
Yeah, we sit by the bar with fucking drinks and our suits on. Like, all right, welcome to the Kiona and Kasson podcast.
And we are drunk. No, man. Sundays. The thing about these Sunday weddings is going to be where I'm going to disregard my Monday self. And my Monday self is going to really hate Sunday.
I wanted to take the day off tomorrow, right? However, I don't know if I explained the situation before on pod, but in my job, my dumb fucking shit that's happening is like I'm trying to now basically figure out what work I have coming to me and not coming to me because my boss is now a new father. Congratulations to him. But he told me kind of late in the pregnancy. So he was supposed to go on leave for like a month starting like at the end of September.
Gotcha.
Ended up being that the baby came about 3 weeks early, which I kind of like put in the atmosphere. I told him like, oh well, you never know. I mean, it's not too early.
Fucked yourself.
So basically, yeah. So he left a lot earlier. He's on leave now. So by the time I realized like, oh shit, this wedding is on Sunday, and like I got to work on Monday. I was like, well, damn.
Got a lot of work Monday.
I can't even ask him. He's not even there. So we'll see what happens. Luckily, I don't have to like get up early to drive to work. I could just roll out of my bed and come here. We've talked about it. But,
yeah, you're lucky enough to be working remote.
But yeah, so wedding tonight.
So weddings are cool only for like
There's just weddings and babies everywhere right now.
it is, but I mean think about the age. The age we're at is what the age we're at. But anyway,
It's also a baby boom because of the pandemic, which everybody's just stuck in their house.
That's one thing I was trying to avoid. Like
stuck and fucking.
I didn't want it to be that to be the product of why we had children.
Yeah.
But
like, what do you see? The world was on lockdown.
And this is how it happened. Me and your mama.
Oh, my dog just farted.
Yeah, and I'm glad he's far from me.
Oh, stank ass.
Me and your mama was sitting around, couldn't do nothing. Everything was closed. And
back when Kanye was good, he had a song that really kind of like fed right into this. It's like, told him that your mama had a fatty. He looked up at me and said, "Daddy, that's the reason why you had me." That's a good reason.
What's I know the line. Where's that from? What album? Is that off that like that mixtape joint?
You know what this is. It's a celebration, bitches. Grab a drink, grab a glass. After that, I grab your ass. Yeah, Kanye used to be. Kanye used to be like somebody who I enjoyed listening to.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want no.
I still haven't listened to Donda.
No, not gonna.
Still haven't listened to Drake's
Certified
Lover Boy.
I haven't listened. Oh, I've listened to some of that. That's all right.
I haven't listened to the new Kendricks that have come out. Like there's
No.
2 songs I think that he put
There's
out.
a lot. There's
I'm behind,
there's the song with Andre 3000.
Yeah.
I always want to say Stacks, Thousands, Dre. I don't
Like
know.
damn, why do you go by so
got
many
too
aliases?
Many, yes. But anyway, he has that verse where it's pretty controversial, I guess. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Eventually, I want to go back and like listen to all these things. But lately, what's been happening is I like get a song in my head, right? And so I'll be like, "Yo, Siri, play that shit." And then I would think like, okay, I have the whole album downloaded in my library. If I'm gonna go to this song, the next song will be like the next one on the album. This is what I would think. However, Siri does not believe the same thing and instead puts it on like a playlist. Which let me tell you, this bitch has been on point. All right, I'll tell her whatever like song.
What does she play from? Your iTunes?
Well, I have Apple Music,
So she just
so iTunes doesn't really
So
exist anymore.
Siri basically just kind of grabs songs that she likes.
Well, yeah, I mean, pretty like think about it. Like if you put on a Pandora radio station, right? Except she makes better selections.
I'm already over this Siri and like so the Siri, the Amazon joint, the Google joint, whatever, all that shit. I don't want it. I don't want no parts of it just
What the
yet.
fuck is you talking about?
No, I'm not gonna just call onto the computer or machine or Android or whatever.
Let me tell you, all right, when
What
I'm
is
driving,
she?
that
What
shit
is
comes in
that
handy.
Bitch
The robot, the robotic assistant.
in your pocket all the time.
Yes, and listening
you
to
trust her?
everything. No, not at all. I don't trust anything.
So you're just gonna keep talking to her like it's
But
just
listen, man,
something
at
to
some point, I'm going to die, and all the information that you guys got about me is useless. Bitch, now do something with that. It's taking up all your bandwidth.
do. A lot of things take a bandwidth apparently. No, honestly, I don't know how I feel about like calling on what is it? Alexa is Amazon.
And then Google is like, hey, Google.
Hey
whatever.
Google.
Yeah.
I'd rather Google be just named Google than some name.
I don't
that-
trust Google, though.
I don't
Google
like-
is the biggest conglomerate of data storage
No,
information
but
of all
I don't
time.
want you just giving a human name to this computer in my pocket.
Siri is not a fucking human name. The only person who's been named Siri has been named after this.
It's but it's
Whoever
it's
named their
a-
child
it's
after
human,
this
it's
is
human,
retarded, by the way.
it's-
Like, what the
it's
fuck?
Human enough.
People make some weird decisions naming their kids.
I think that you're entitled, but you should be not. It shouldn't be. There's certain like names that shouldn't be names, right? But we've talked about it before. I think
Like with a dog, you got to have fun with it. Like you
dogs.
know,
Dogs should.
my dog is named after the Chicago Bulls mascot. So I mean, like
Agree, but Benny the Bull. It's like Benny.
well, it's
and
Benny.
the Bull.
It's Benny the Bulldog.
So the Bulldog is his middle name and Kawash is his last name. Benny the Bulldog. Benny the Bulldog.
I'm just gonna start calling him the Bulldog. You know, how people go by their middle name sometimes.
Benny the Bull. BDBK.
Like little known fact, your boy goes by his middle name. And when I learned that whole information, I was like,
Your boy.
Max.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that at first.
Like,
and I
what
was
the fuck are you talking about?
like, I obviously learned it a long time ago now. But when I first learned it, I was like, wait, so your name isn't Max? Like, it was just confusing to me for a second. But
Yeah, he goes by his middle name as well. I don't know. I guess I don't mind people that it's your name. Why wouldn't you go by it? I mean, you could just say that's the name you go by.
I mean, listen, people have nicknames and people, shorten their name and whatever. I guess if you don't like your name, it's nice to have options. But
It's just funny, like all the famous people, like Kanye is now Ye. Mm-hmm. Diddy has been
Seven
Diddy's been
things.
Sean Combs, Sean
Combs.
Puff Daddy Combs, Sean Puffy Combs.
I don't think you have to put the Sean part in there.
Well, I'm just saying, like this is
He's been Sean John.
But I mean, like, so now I think he's literally going to. But
He was
I
Diddy, P.
but,
Diddy.
Yeah, but maybe he isn't Sean anymore.
No, I think he changed it to like some other weird shit.
No,
now.
well now it went from Diddy to
like
Love.
some son.
Love Combs. He loves Combs.
I mean, combs are cool. I prefer them to regular brushes.
I use a regular brush when I comb my hair. A comb works, but like
Well, you have longer, like you let your hair get longer and kind of keep it on the top now. Like I've been slacking on getting my fresh game up. My haircut has been, my haircut game has been fucked up.
girlfriend see that she go shit on.
But I prefer the comb because it just like, I don't know why.
I don't know why.
When we were kids, remember we used to have that fucking brush that mom would use.
That pink
And that
brush.
shit fucking hurt your head like
that
a
pink
bitch.
brush,
Yeah,
man. That shit was so many bristles in that motherfucker. You'd be like,
It was like, like with
It would
with a
she would-
toothbrush, you can get like the hard bristle. It was like the hard bristle, but like
this is what happened. She would like pull. You'd be like, like, God damn
It
it!
looked like a tire brush.
Like, why are you brushing my fucking head so hard?
Like, it looked like detailing tool. Shit was not meant for
Could
your
have
fucking
scrubbed
head.
the shit out of a carpet.
I'm telling you. So after that, I'm like, man, I just use a comb. I don't push it back anymore. I just push it forward and shit.
You push it forward? Really?
Well, I push it forward and then I like move it. I swoop it. You know what I mean?
Loop, swoop, and pearl.
The loop, swoop, and pull. I swear to God, it's working. But yeah, so a lot of music that I still need to catch up on. I'm not sure 100% to be honest. Outside of like the Kanye, Drake, and these tracks with Kendrick on them, like what else is out?
I haven't been concerned. I've been watching the Joe Budden podcast a little bit more lately.
They blocked my YouTube access at work.
That's fucked up, man.
Man. So it's got to be something that I watch on the side now or whatever.
They give us an iPad at work, but like I don't use it for shit. Not even a motherfucking thing. Because I have to use it in the field, and the field is already dirty with what the job I do.
That's true, and at that point, you don't want to touch it anymore.
I don't want that motherfucking
Do you have
thing.
in like a plastic, like waterproof case or something?
They put it in one of those Oster cases.
Otterbox?
Otterbox.
That's what I got on my phone.
What did I say? Oster? It's Otter.
Yeah, and remember, what was that, in old school, he kept trying to give the toaster back, or the Oster.
Oh, he was trying to re-gift it so many times. He's like, I gave you this.
He's like, yeah, here, I got this for you.
He's like, I know, I got this for you. This is the exact one.
That's pretty funny.
So I was speaking the water at Mars. He's told me, hey, man. You can't hear me at all? I'm pretty sure you can hear me. Look it.
I mean.
Well, maybe not. Okay. So I've been speaking to water, and he's been like, hey, man, why don't you during the podcast just take your shoes off? And, put them to the side. And,
all right, Mr. Rogers. What the fuck?
I was like, you know what?
It's such a good feeling.
I'm going to do it. So this is for you, man. Now, the thing is, these socks are particularly old, so I'm going to just peep to make sure they don't got, like...
A hole in
They're not a hole.
But wait, what is the science behind this, kid?
What?
Like, why do you need to take your shoes off?
You said to.
So you could be comfortable?
Well, it feels like it's a little bit comfortable. I may put them back on in a little bit. Like, hey, maybe, we're going to go to break. I come back, shoes on, bop, bop, bop.
Water, when you're suggesting that he take his shoes off mid-pod, I hope you also suggested to him that make sure that your feet don't stink first,
Motherfucker, these don't stink. Right.
I'm just saying,
okay,
like,
so
some people got stank-ass feet.
This makes me think about it, right? Because I don't want to, the camera can see,
Right.
If I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, the week before when I had socks on, right? Mm-hmm. The sock on the right just happened to be the one with the hole in it, right? Just a small little hole.
Was it camera facing or was it away from the camera?
It was never facing the camera because it's this
Nice.
leg, right? So I would always be like, pull my leg to this way. So, moment of full disclosure, I love y'all. I want to let you know for sure that
Some of my socks have holes in them, damn it.
I know you guys look to me to be as fresh as I can be. And listen,
Which, I
I
still don't
appreciate it
quite
because it's
understand.
hilarious because I've never in my life been looked at as that guy.
But you always claim to be.
Well, there's certain things I do claim to have. It's always been sneakers for me. It's me and Adam. We're genuine in how we are, and it's maybe I've never considered myself like super fresh. I can go that way, right? Like there's ways I
clean up nice.
like.
I gotta go. I gotta go to a wedding, and I'm not gonna be able to clean up nice.
I don't
today.
like to toot my home. Why not? You're not gonna trim your shit down then?
Well,
I mean, we're gonna get out. I'll get out of
no.
here.
I mean, I got
point.
plenty of time. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like without the haircut, man, just things can't come together the way I like. Plus, if you're wearing a suit, I can't break out like a nice pair of sneakers. Like I gotta put on some dress shoes, and I have a couple of nice pairs.
Well, obviously, I would like to get to that the whole haircut thing in a second. But so I'm not. I've never considered myself a person that was like super fresh, but I own things that will allow that when I decide to. Just never really care. I work a fucking physical job. I go home. I want to be in sweats.
Snoring. If you've ever gone through pictures, like old pictures with you, you do claim to be fly. Hell's you talking about? What?
But that's just me in hindsight.
But man, look at me. I was always fly.
That's me in hindsight being confident about myself, dick. Anyway.
You know that people do that shit? They put that shit on me all the time.
Long story less. Listen, just saying, I am not, exempt from or excluded from having socks that have holes in them. What I don't like to
Sometimes
have
people
is
have holes in
drawers
socks.
with holes in them. Like
No.
I don't like that. When
your dick just falls out of the wrong, like
no,
not even in the button.
When honestly, when they start to get holes in them shits, like you know how that can happen in a second, right? Because I'm not. All right, you know.
Yo,
listen,
I honestly don't know
another
how it
full-
happens, but the people who design these things need to like reinforce some
Well,
of these
listen,
areas,
in
like
another moment
on
of-
the ball joints of your feet for your socks.
Yeah,
Like protect the spot where
but-
your fucking dick sits in your pants. Like, come on, man.
Well, listen, another full moment of full disclosure. Me and Adam aren't rich men.
No.
So I got like a
Yeah,
lot.
spend all my money on a pod.
I got a lot of Fruit of the Loom and Hanes underwear, man. You
Word.
know, I got a few nice ones here and there that have sprinkled around because I was like, ooh, $4.99.
I don't have so many polo draws, you know.
No,
but
though I would like some.
yeah, me too.
I would like some.
The only problem is if I was gonna go and buy them, I'd go to like Marshalls and
No, those don't work right.
No, so I
One
don't
of
even
them
bother.
Is wrong. They won't fit your
I just
dick.
go and get like those boxer brief Hanes packs that come with like a bonus, so you get 7 pairs for $25 or some shit.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'll probably do that forever. But I'm just saying the problem with them is they don't have as long a lifespan as a more
true.
quality pair. Like I've been wearing some those microfiber joints, man. The microfiber boxer briefs.
Yeah.
Man, they cradle your dick so soft. It feels good.
I'd like to get some silk draws one day, you know?
Silk draws, I don't think they're counterintuitive to like the boxer brief though, right? You can't have silk
Probably,
boxer
however,
briefs.
they probably feel real nice on your balls, is all I'm saying, you know? Like real soft cradle. That's all I'm looking for.
Silk draws, huh? Maybe, but that's a whole nother topic for another day. I'm saying like, so they'll generate holes off of friction. A lot of these underwear now, like just off pure.
Do they make cashmere draws?
Cashmere?
Is that cashmere?
What's this red dot? That little Seinfeld reference. But they, so they'll get holes in them a little quicker, man. That's just the way it goes. I mean, not quick, but quicker.
It's not built the
And
same,
if you're a
you know?
man, no matter how many pairs of underwear you wear, you're gonna go through at least 7 in a week, and I'll probably go through.
Hopefully, unless you're a nasty motherfucker.
I go
like,
through double that.
even if you
least.
skip a shower, you should probably change your drawers.
I go through at least double that, right? Because I take a shower as soon as I get home most of the time. And
This is why you hate doing laundry, because you go through 14 pairs of drawers on a week and you have to go up and down the stairs to wash. Just drawers probably one full load.
My shits be clean, bro.
I mean,
my shits be clean.
I hear you, but
anyway, so listen, fucking asshole. So as soon as I start to see that, those go in the garbage. Socks too.
Yeah, socks. If they have like a small hole in the bottom, I'll probably give them a second wear and then I'll toss them. But
small
you got to
holes-
be frugal as a broke
Those will
person.
last in in like these dry fit Nike. Like that small hole will stay small. Like if you snag it on a nail, like somewhere
I
accidentally.
always get the Hanes ankle socks, dry fit shits.
I'm not a big fan of the Hanes ones. I like the tall Hanes socks for work. And this is just a now boring as a man conversation. But
Hey man, fuck it.
Fucking
Our
listen up.
whole demographic is men besides Maisha. Shout out to Maisha for being the only woman who
Word.
seems to really
appreciate you.
Yeah.
The only girl I think that watches this show.
Right.
It's hilarious.
and gives us some commentary back. Appreciate
Yes.
that,
Indeed.
By the way, the way you described your house, it was a little bit terrifying.
Yeah, I mean,
Seemed like just like a maze of scary.
old houses, man.
Like that in the Kasson house, right? In that fucking closet upstairs, right before Sarah's room, that shit was scary, and it didn't lead to anything else. It just was. It seemed like the deepest closet.
Oh, the one that was next. We had the typewriter in there.
Yeah, the typewriter was in there. All the like jackets that nobody wore anymore were up there.
It's like it was open twice a year when
Yeah.
we wanted to fuck around and grab some stupid shit out of it.
It was really a hide and seek spot.
That's really what it was. But I would love that closet in my house. Now I have no closet space. Anyway, but yeah, so I don't know why we were talking about that, but like it's funny because I don't know when it comes to like I don't know when it's time to throw away shirts, right? So
I tend to retire them more than throw them away, depending on like if they're just like random ass
problem
shit.
with retiring a shirt is like the reason I want to get rid of the shirt out of the drawer is because there's nowhere else to put it, right? And that's the problem.
I just retire them from the rotation.
Where do they go?
If there's no space,
Where do they go?
In the back of the closet. Like for instance, I have a couple of Cubs shirts from when they won in 2016. I wear one of them occasionally, and the other ones I just keep them in the back
I
because
just seen one, and the motherfucker didn't. It kind of shrunk a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it! It's one of those Masumo shirts.
Mm.
Motherfuckers ain't that good of a fucking quality.
no.
So that one shrunk a little. Vivi actually got a couple, but yeah, I don't know.
There's certain things like if they're like some bullshit
They
ass
say
shirt
the
that like I
average
sleep in or
man
something.
keeps a shirt in his drawer from like 7 to 9 years.
I believe it.
That's a stat I read.
I got mad old shirts in this closet, but a lot of them are dope still, and I still wear them because
I still wear so many shirts. Like, okay, so I wear shirts differently because when I go to work, I need an undershirt, right? I got a work polo, like, for the field, and so usually I usually wear, not even usually, all the time there's a shirt underneath because I don't want to be sweating on that fucking nasty ass polyester ass nasty fucking anyway.
Yes.
So the problem is I be having a lot of shirts like that are like throwaways usually, but like comfortable, and I don't want to throw them away. But I'm like, what do I do with all these shits? Now I honestly have no room for any clothes. I threw away like 90% of these fucking old Hanes shirts because them motherfuckers was just...
Those are the ones that like I'm quick to throw away because
They get dingy, man.
They get dingy. They don't have that, especially if it's a white tee. Like that shit does not keep it
like,
white.
I could donate this, but who wants this yellow nasty ass shirt I wore?
No, I don't want to put this on
Not
anybody.
that my shirts get yellow and nasty like that, but eventually they might.
From one wear sometimes, like it's hot outside, so if you're sweating in a shirt, if you go and wash it shit and you pull it out, and it's gonna have some fucking sweat in it. So throw that shit out.
It is. It's fucked up.
Yep.
But that's okay. So off that subject, onto the haircut thing you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. So the problem is I have a wedding. Okay, so I have a dinner party Thursday.
Right.
I have a wedding Sunday.
Right.
And then I got another wedding the Sunday after that.
Right.
I had a haircut last week, Thursday.
So you got to figure out how to time this so you're fresh for both weddings.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not gonna be fresh for both weddings, so I gotta get.
Can't you just go and get like a lineup the next week so you can
I don't
keep
want
that
a
shit
lineup.
off?
I get a what kind of? I don't need a lineup. I need a whole fucking cut at that point. My
On
hair
a
ain't,
week?
My hair ain't. Oh, let's just line it up. Like it don't work that way.
I mean, it used to be a thing back in the day.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like,
but-
oh man, I needed like a maintenance cut for this, but
I don't
take care of that.
I don't. But I still want the fade to be fresh. That's the problem.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
So I'm not gonna go give the barber fucking a lot more money than I should in a month. I'm not gonna even disclose how much I pay for a haircut. But I'm assuming everybody pays the same thing for a haircut nowadays.
No.
Not same thing.
We've
but,
had this discussion,
but within the same range of things, right? There's like a $20 difference.
Maybe.
From 50 to 60 and 50 to 40.
It depends, man. Depends. I'm telling you. For the longest time.
Well,
like,
I guess there's always the barber shops like where our pops goes, right? He says you pay $20. I don't know that's the experience I'm looking for.
no.
Listen, I don't do a lot of this man shit, right? The manscaping and all that, right?
We should open up a barbershop called Butts and Cuts and just have like
Strippers and
have naked women being the barbers.
you're never gonna get me to like look up, right, to get my beard because I'm always gonna be looking down.
I mean,
No, I don't want that.
but think about that.
listen, I don't care.
You get the back of your neck real good.
I
though.
don't care if it's a girl or a guy cutting my hair, right?
As long as you do it well.
I just want the cut to be nice, and I want it to be like I want you to actually take care of like what I need to be done. I don't want to be pumped out of there like a fucking car wash,
Yes.
No, thank you.
100%.
So
That's why people grow impatient with me sometimes when Majid is like cutting my hair if they're like waiting on him because I'll be in the chair for like almost 2 hours.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but I don't.
I'd be like,
mind
ha,
that.
bitch, VIP.
Right. He takes care of my shit. But no, I don't want to give the barber that much money this week or this month. So I'm getting one Saturday, right?
Okay.
I got the dinner party. They're gonna deal with what I got. Sunday, I'm gonna be fresh as I can be.
Well, yeah, dinner party. Who cares? Yeah.
Right, and that's the first wedding, right? I don't know what I also don't understand what's the dinner party. Am I wearing
I don't know.
a suit?
Let me tell you something. The only time I've been like,
There's so many things for a wedding. I don't understand it.
There's only one time I've been part of an actual wedding party, and it's been Dave's, and it wasn't like a full on thing. It was like a city hall thing, needs a witness, and I was who he chose to be a witness. But
Did he play Kirk Franklin stuff? Can I get a witness?
no. It's such a weird thing. Have you ever done that before? Have you had to be witness for somebody when they get married at City Hall?
Hell no.
It's like just strange. Like
I feel like that's kind of what I just did for Max, but
When you
was
think-
mad of him. So
when you
I
think
don't
about
know.
like an assembly line, it's kind of that, right? Like they have it's a line through the fucking whole place.
What's the word you say? Like, but yeah, go ahead. Actually, paint this whole picture because I'm curious how this works.
So yeah, like I got dressed up. I was over there. Them two were dressed up, and then they had hired a photographer. And I don't remember if she was with us the entire time or not. But basically, picture like you're in a DMV line and you're just waiting to get to the front, right? And finally,
for the wedding.
yes, because you're waiting to get in front of a judge.
Okay, so as you do
And the
this,
judge is in his office. It's
as-
not like at a bench.
as you do this, I'm gonna kind of give you what my experience was from Max a little bit in like to paint the opposite of side because I didn't experience that. We were at because you were at downtown courthouse, right? Down in Chicago. Max did his Skokie,
Okay.
right? So I think it makes more sense. It's probably easier to get to.
Yeah.
You know, people can be there. It's closer to where they wanted to be anyway.
Yeah.
But it was only, I mean, they had people in front of us. We were in a hallway with, it was a large place. I've never been to Cook County Courthouse.
Yeah.
So, at least not that I remember at all.
Yeah, it is different areas,
Yeah.
different departments of shit.
But this place, I don't know in terms of like how it looks compared to that, but it was like literally just a big ass hall, right?
Yeah.
And we're upstairs and we're taking pictures before, and you hear them calling names, and maybe like 6 before us, and then we went in.
Yeah.
But they didn't have us in the line, but maybe that's because COVID.
Probably, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Because this was literally just like waiting in a line.
okay, yeah. So go ahead from because after they called us in, we went into into an actual courtroom.
Yeah.
And it was funny because there's all the plastic in front of everybody now. And
No, it wasn't quite that way for us. So basically, we're waiting in a line, get to the end of this hallway. It's almost like, I don't know, just in a fucking line, right? Everybody's dressed up and shit. Everybody's like, got their witness. So everybody's like, whatever. Some people are in a good mood. Some people are like anxious. You can tell. Like, it's a funny vibe in that kind of area.
Did you notice any shotgun weddings?
It didn't look like anybody was there against their will. Maybe that they
That's a funny way to put it when you're talking about marriage.
maybe that they were nervous and maybe were like not sure if they wanted to be there. But I couldn't. It didn't really seem like somebody was like, if you don't marry this bitch, I'll kill you. You know?
Have you ever been to a wedding where the person said no?
No.
I don't.
I wait for that day.
I don't.
I wait for that day because that's going to be entertaining. Depending on who it is.
I don't actually.
Like, no.
You know, now that I think about it, after all this planning and all these shit where all these people are at, yeah, I don't want to do it.
But yeah, after I just drove everybody crazy for the last fucking year planning this shit, no. Yeah, fucking stupid.
I'm over this.
I think I would punch whichever one of them in the forehead.
man, the
like,
woman,
excuse me.
At least stay with me through the wedding, cocksucker.
Right. All right. So we got to the front, and we go into like this little office. It's like the principal's office, right? The judge behind a little
Adam,
like table,
yes.
and like he has a couple people on the side. Like there might be a stenographer in there. Like weirdly, I don't know. But then so like they start going through things, and like they have them up front, and they do like the little vows thing that they do, and it's like it's ceremony, I guess, right? But it's weird because like the door's not closed. Like there's everybody's in the hallway,
It's
like
not
right
very
there.
personal
Like,
at all.
no, it's like
see, this one was different in the way that we all went in. They closed the door. There was a judge. There was a fucking bailiff.
I just remember there being like 8 people in there. The door might have been closed, but I was like, there's more people than what we came with.
Oh
in
no,
this
it was
room.
only us. And then it went fast. Like we sat down and the judge got to talking like he had already been talking to us.
Yeah, dude, the judge was cool as hell. Dude.
No, not like I meant like it was like super. It was like we.
Like, what's up, kid? All right,
Like,
ready to do this? Cool.
It was like all of the introduction. It's almost like we had gotten into a thing and we had tuned in the middle of him talking.
He's already in the middle of the process. Like,
like-
do you?
Yeah, it went. So he was like, so you do, and we were just like, everybody just was like, it was,
Like, damn, you don't want to like step in, put your toes in the water first.
I don't
Like-
know. I don't. I'm pretty sure. I don't think Max like. Maybe he did, but I don't think he was like the biggest fan of how like the judge went.
But
about it.
that's how they are.
How many times did they marry somebody?
They got
that day?
mad times to do it
I don't
too.
like even doing this. I
Right.
got divorced yesterday.
Like, I hate marriage, but I'm a judge, damn it. But yeah, so then like ceremony, it lasted maybe like 10 minutes, which I thought was actually a bit longer than what I kind of anticipated
This
it being.
was like 2.5 minutes of the judge. And then after that, there were so many of us, he just walked out the chamber. He just dipped.
I'm done here.
And we were there for like 4 or 5 minutes, and then the bailiff's like, all right, now, because there's so many people here, you guys got to get the fuck out.
That's weird. Like we weren't in. It was just weird that it wasn't like in a courtroom, you know. And I don't remember if I had
This
to
was a
sign
courtroom.
anything. I don't remember if I had to sign anything that said like I was a witness, or if he was just like, "No, you're here. Like that's good enough." Like, but whatever.
Like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, well, what about documentation in case, somebody questions that later?
I think it was just like there's an eyewitness to this now, and like if anybody didn't
How many
believe
do
that
you
it
need to
happened-
have?
One.
Just one set of eyes?
Yeah, and I think Candace obviously probably also brought a woman with her as her
Oh,
maid of honor.
All right,
you
I
know.
got you.
Yeah. So then after that finished, like we bounced from the courthouse. She had a photographer there, and then, like she's taking pictures. Now that I think about it, maybe she didn't have like a separate witness because I remember after this point, like after the whole process was done, it was just me, Dave, Candace, and whoever the photographer was, and I was like holding things for them as they took pictures. It was a brisk ass day out. It was like
Brisk.
I don't remember if it was like November, December, but it was cold out, man. And I didn't have like a jacket. I just had my suit jacket and whatever. So like I'm walking around with them. I'm like, man, I gotta pee. It's like I was like 40 degrees outside. But it was really cool. Like it was like overcast and windy, but it wasn't like rainy or anything like that. So they got cool pictures out of it and everything.
Those wedding photos, right? Like they're fun and they're cool. Like I intend.
Yeah, I never really find pictures too fun, to be honest. But
Well, it depends on what kind of picture we're talking about. Like I think, like for instance, the photo booths at weddings.
Yeah.
So when we were at Ashraf's wedding, right? They had it was like a mirror that literally would take they didn't even need an
it was like, thank you, Peloton.
you didn't even need an attendant.
Yeah.
They were there later if you want, but like literally you just pick what you want and the pictures would print out.
And then, of course, they would always have a table full of like little
Exactly
masquerades and shit.
and they had the little mirror. It was like basically like a mirror on the wall type shit. Like it was you fuck with it. It was touchscreen.
There's always that picture. I think it's like you maybe have it as your profile picture on Insta. Or
Oh,
whatever.
where I'm like,
but it looks like take that picture because your foot looks like it's like bent backwards.
and the tie is kind of like flailing. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it
does.
definitely looks like you're on the way down.
It's like I think everybody was gone and I was just taking pictures. Like but or maybe not. I think you printed that out for me or something. There was something you printed out.
I don't know. I was there for a minute because I remember the dessert table was also close to where that was.
Yo,
at.
they did that wedding so dope.
Dude, they had a really nice wedding.
And obviously, I guess not. I don't know how, but I think they have the bride had a little bit of money on their side.
Yeah, they
So
got some.
obviously, it was a really dope spot in Logan Square and shit. But
I forgot what was the name of the place, but
I do too. And I didn't watch the ceremony due to my significant other, the woman I love the most. And we missed the ceremony. We got there as soon as cocktail hour was
Yeah.
on. And for anybody else, that's perfect. But I did want to see my cousin get married.
True.
And now she robbed me of
one of the cousins that we actually like.
and it's one of the rare things I could bring up in our relationship. They will always let me win that. I'll be like, and just like that time. And there's nothing.
Like, you're gonna be late to your own wedding.
It's funny. As time goes on, she tries to convince me that I'm the one that did it. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, listen, you ain't gonna get me to get that motherfucker to change.
Like, it hasn't been that long because I thought about this the other day.
Yeah, like this is a constant thing. I'm just gonna bring it up all the time.
I try to remind myself not to forget so I can rub it in your face.
But yo, they did that. They did that wedding so ill.
Yeah.
Because they had obviously the dinner, the dancing, the camera, but at the end of the night, right, when everybody's drunk and hungry again, these motherfuckers ordered Lou Malnati's, mad pizzas.
Yeah.
I was like a kid in a candy store again, like, cause you're just like, man, we just sweat off all the liquor we drank, all the food's gone. I want to eat some pizza.
Now let me tell you.
That's probably a little what do you call it? A little nuance they took from their wedding.
Yeah.
Or that they had in their wedding that I'm definitely gonna take for my own. Like for sure. All right, we're gonna order 25 pizzas, right? Cheese, ground beef, pepperoni, whatever people want, right? Because there are going to people that eat that, and fuck it, pepperoni's delicious. So, like, I think that would be a really good thing to do. Like, that would be real fun. Yo, is there a timer in this one that they have? There's got to be something you can set to put a stopwatch in there.
Probably.
Anyway.
But here, listen, okay? There's an ugly side to weddings.
No, there is. But I'm trying to get that, like...
It was a great time, beautiful time. Unfortunately, there's always like some kind of drama that ensues
Every time. And it's funny.
So there was drama that existed.
You watch the bride and groom, they'll be going through it like just, but it's
there,
a pressurized
there was
day.
there was already drama like within just the Arab side, right? But then when you bring an Arab family of a Muslim faith together with a white family of a Christian or a Catholic faith, there presents some issues when you have family of mixed descent.
Yeah, but when you're like me and I'm just like, look, I'm gonna have my fun, and you may not like it, but you're gonna have to deal with it.
It's just, there's things that you deal with when you are integrating an Arab family into a white one. So,
Listen, as long as, in my opinion, as long as you handle your liquor correctly and you're not, if I can see Pops being mad if you're like ignorant and just fucking, you know what I'm saying, like being a dick face. But if you're just having a ball, that's it. I don't care. Like my wedding will have an open bar the whole time.
yeah.
But you know how there's that whack ass time during a wedding where they close the open bar for whatever punk ass reason. Like, look, I'm listening, but I might want to get this drink refilled.
Like,
so.
what are you talking about? You close this for 15 minutes?
Listen.
What is this like when you're at a pool and they're like, everybody get out, I gotta put chlorine.
I see it behind you. Just pour it in this.
You had me looking.
Pour it in the cup. But no, like that's a funny. So
it's just important to put. So obviously weddings are they're cool, whatever they are, what they are. I'm not a huge wedding person,
it's
but
a mixture of family or people that would never ever be in the same room otherwise.
There's many cool things to it, and there's also some things that you got to deal with.
It sounds like a crazy horror movie. It's like every time somebody comes and kills me, we hear harps, and then fucking Jason comes out.
Fucking harps.
What if that was it? That's what it should. It should never be like music that would make you scared.
It shouldn't make you scary.
It should be like something that confuses you, like fucking I don't know, Perfect Strangers fucking song comes on.
Once this happens, you're like, oh shit. It sounds like a.
And then you gotta hear where's the gunshots?
You're doing a real terrible job. There's too many noises at once.
But no, I think you're right. I mean, you're mixing people who don't know each other, may not even fucking care to know each other,
and not even like it's just like there's different cultural norms on both sides, and
those are two very clashy.
It's difficult waters to navigate, especially when you are a first generation American and your pops is from the country.
You know what I realized is that me and Sarah were talking about it yesterday because Sarah came by the night before she was in the city, and we were talking about it yesterday morning before she left, and talking about like when I go back to Jordan, I know not to like toot my own horn here because it's gonna be pandemonium, but it's gonna be like Simba being raised up in the sky by the fucking baboon, right? Like,
I will tell you this.
You know that.
They will, even if you went every single year, when you get off the plane, they make you feel like the Beatles.
Agreed. And I know that.
Like you have a billion people waiting for you.
And
it's like,
been there in
talk about an ego boost. What up, everybody? It's me.
I haven't been there in 27 years, man. Like they've seen me twice as a child, and then they never saw me again.
They may not even be waiting for you. They'll be like, who is this?
No, they're waiting. They are waiting.
You're going to walk past them, and they're going to be like, hey, we're waiting for Osama. So.
Oh, that's why. No, they're going to, I'm telling you, like, it's going to be funny, but it will be nuts. It's going to be nuts.
It's always
I am the firstborn I'm the first of the first generation here.
Yes, here.
Right, but they don't. But again, like the one that was born here that only seen it, and Pop's first kid.
Now, if you were the overall oldest cousin,
man, stop taking my Simba moment away.
I don't honestly know who the oldest cousin is.
Talking about from
first
where?
cousins,
from
like
overseas?
from our pops' generation,
from overseas,
like between our aunts, uncles, and him. Like who was the firstborn child
over there?
No, in general. Like between here and there, like who's the oldest cousin? I'm not sure who that is. I know you're pretty close to the top there, but you're like
I don't know. I don't know that.
I think you're probably like top 5 in age wise because you're old as shit. You know.
No. I wouldn't.
Obviously, he has older siblings. Like Alat is obviously older. You know.
Yeah, but not by much either. He's like in his 40s, right? 42, 43 probably.
Yeah, he's like early 40s.
Yeah. So no, I mean, obviously, I'm not speaking like that. I'm just speaking like of one that's been. Everybody's been over there other than me in the last 10 years.
It's true.
15, 20. 25.
It's true. It's going to be a great and terrible time for you at the same time. Oh, dude. You're going to eat better than you probably ever ate in your life, but you're also going to be smothered by people who you don't, you don't really even know them.
It's got to be post-COVID. That's the thing. I told Sarah, I was like, I need everybody to wear a name tag. She was like, they won't even know how to put their name in it. I was like, tell Hala to put it on.
Hey man, we need you to transcribe for me.
Yeah, like slap one on everybody.
And it's funny because usually
otherwise we're gonna be fucked. I don't know who's who.
These conversations,
people who aren't Kawash.
These conversations actually correlate well because usually when we go to Jordan or when they go, because I've gone
Go to Jordan.
go to bread. It's usually for a wedding or like there's a couple people getting married.
Yeah.
Summertime things. That's why they go for like a month. There's usually like 2 or 3 weddings that they catch in that time.
Summertime.
But man, it's like Arab weddings. They do things crazy. Like
Yeah,
they do
it's
things
like,
weird.
and they don't even drink.
But it's badass.
Like, they don't be drunk.
But it'd be a party for like a week.
Yeah, man. They get fucking.
There's mad food everywhere all the time. There's
there's-
dancing. They walk down the street in like groups of like 100 people deep, just fucking playing music. Like they're going crazy.
Guns and shit.
No, I don't know about the guns. There's usually children because they don't drink, so they don't really have like adults.
Yeah,
only
but they
weddings.
have guns. Anyway, no, listen. I think it's funny that the motherfuckers literally just. If there was a definition of up and stuck, at least for a week, that's a Arab wedding.
They get it in. Like they have a ball.
They do. It's not like traditional how you would know from like an American wedding,
Yeah.
but like it's definitely
There's like a
it's good
process.
time.
They have like
good time.
a 5-step process, and then they have like mad
Look,
parties.
I like it. I don't want to be dressed. I don't want to be bathed. Just let the fuck
No,
away
that
from me.
they do some weird things. There's some weird customs.
Unless we're talking about like fucking the royal penis is clean, your highness.
King shit.
Right? Like I want to be in this like bath water in my fucking.
Now, yeah, if that was taking place, then for sure, like I probably would get married. Like, oh, that's what's happening.
This
Word.
is what marriage is. Good with that.
That's what I've been doing to people.
I need to learn. I deserve to be here. Anyway, all right. Listen.
Break
so
time?
break time for sure. We've gone way past it. It's about an hour in.
All right, well then we shall be right back.
Alrighty. My shoes are back on right now.
My sunshine all day long. Oh, you just want to make sure you can see the levels?
Yeah, I'd like to, at least starting out, just to see where my levels is at. Where's my snare? I need my snare.
That's for us being back.
Thanks, guys. And we're back.
And we're back, yes. And Benny has now decided to kind of take the spot that I was talking about he should have.
He's looking at you like, fuck is up, man?
What's happening, man? High five, bro. Oh. He won't do it because the camera's on, but he does high five.
He does do the high five.
Yeah, this fucking dog. I'm sure I've already told the story about how I had to train him for the high five, but it just involved him and knocking a bowl of food out of my hand for him and finding little pieces of food literally everywhere for the next like 6 months. So after he did that the first time, and I was pissed because of like having to move the fucking couch out of the way, like move everything to try to find and vacuum all the shit. I was like, man,
He knows what you're talking about.
I was like, that'll never happen again, right, Ben? Stupid.
Dogs
some
are
of the things.
hilarious. Every position they get in, it doesn't look like it could be comfortable. Like your spine looks like it hurts.
Particularly him. I'm like, yo, you're a little fat guy. Like, I would imagine that there's certain
He
situations that you
sits
can't
like
be
a
in.
literal fat man.
Yeah, and he knows when you're discussing him. He gets all like depressed.
Hey, stop being so fat.
Go bite him, Ben. Like, don't take that shit. It's hilarious because of the wedding, there are people in town who we haven't seen for quite some time. Part of the group of people who will be at the wedding, yes, whatever, like friends of the bridal party and whatnot. So one of them was here hanging out with me yesterday, and we're talking about the dog, and he was looking at him. He was like, he kind of reminds me of a wombat, right? And so we kind of got into a discussion about like Australia, and he has some family that lives there.
Australian, mate.
Yeah, the outback,
Shrimp on the barbie.
So he was telling me like he has family out there, so he went
That's
however
not a
many
knife.
years ago.
This is a knife.
And he was just telling me like the kangaroo situation in Australia, which took me off guard. I had no idea that it was the way that it is, right? And we talked about this a little bit off mic, but apparently it's like kangaroos are like squirrels out there, where they just kind of roam the lands, and there's many of them, and it's not rare to spot them. And they're also like deer in the sense that they are often found dead on the side of the road where, I don't think they have such a deer population there. So
Deers don't have such a high intelligence. Like
They
level.
don't.
They really like.
and this is why this threw me off, because I thought that kangaroos did have that intelligence.
They don't.
I don't know, but if they're winding up fucking roadkill,
Look up kangaroos right now. Just look up kangaroos in
how
Australia.
smart are kangaroos?
Let's look up some facts about kangaroos in Australia right now.
All right, let's see. Kangaroo facts.
I'd like to know some of these facts.
Let's see here. What are 3 interesting facts about kangaroos? Let's see. There's like a mad links, and so I'm just gonna go to National Geographic, which makes the most sense.
Do that.
Kangaroos can leap some 30 feet in a single bound.
Superman?
Flip mo holes in a single bound. I'm single.
All right.
Let's see. A newborn joey, which is what you call a baby kangaroo.
They call it a Joey? It's a Joey.
This whole thing is hilarious. All right. A newborn joey can't suckle or swallow, so the kangaroo mom uses her muscles to pump milk down its throat.
What?
The entire thing is all hilarious.
Wait. I don't understand what's going on. So she
Listen, if you don't know by now, this is an immature podcast, then sorry. But
it's
we're
very
immature.
Yeah, like, so.
So just let me repeat that, right?
Yeah.
A newborn joey,
Uh-huh.
otherwise known as a baby kangaroo.
Is that a kangaroo dude?
I think it's just a baby.
So what? They're not born with sex.
I don't know. I haven't gotten to that fact yet, clearly. So, a newborn joey can't suckle or swallow.
Okay.
So the kangaroo mom, which is the mom of the joey, I'm assuming,
Yes.
the direct one, not like some other random mom, uses her muscles, because, kangaroos are swole as fuck. I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of a kangaroo.
Kangaroos walk around like this. They look like pit bulls with, fucking human legs.
Wasn't there a kangaroo in Tekken or like what Street Fight? Tekken, I think it was, right? Who was just like a gangsta-ass, boxing-ass kangaroo.
I think it was a
Pretty positive.
kangaroo?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. But uses her muscles to pump milk down its throat.
I don't get why that would be a thing. Like,
I don't know, but
why do they?
It's funny to me.
So they're born basically ready to die because they're not able to survive without the ability to eat.
All right, so here, let me get to some actual facts, right?
Nature is amazing.
Kangaroos use their strong tails for balance while jumping. They are the tallest of all marsupials, standing over 6 feet.
Fucking marsupials, bro.
Kangaroos live in eastern Australia. They live in small groups called troops or herds, or as known by the Australians, mobs.
Mobs, they're
So
known
there's-
as mobs.
there's kangaroo mafias,
They just be
man.
running up in cities, beating people's asses and shit. Yo, that's the fucked up thing about kangaroos,
If I
right?
had to like name a
I've-
group
I've
for
met-
rap, I'd be like, man, we're the Kangaroo Mafia. What's up?
So we've talked about kangaroo mafias, Amish mafias.
If I was an Australian rap group,
So who you more afraid of, kangaroo mafias or Amish mafias?
oh, kangaroos easily.
I'm gonna say
They look like they'll tussle with you. They literally use that
disrespect-
other tail as the back.
Right. So no disrespect to any Amish who are on Rumspringa listening, right?
Right.
But
Because it's the only way you're doing that.
like, I don't even think if they know about YouTube, right? That's the fucked up thing. There's so many wonderful things on YouTube Amish people can't get to.
These kangaroo herds are 50 deep or more.
Right. So what I'm saying is, okay, so I've made jokes that
There's so many funny
dogs, like a pit bull, looks like they could beat my ass.
Oh yeah,
But
there'd be some swole looking dogs.
But
Like damn.
I do believe I could probably find a way to get away from a pit bull if it needed to be, right? But
the shit out of that
these
thing.
fucking kangaroos, they stand as tall as me. You've seen the video where the guy goes and wrestles his dog away from a kangaroo,
Yeah.
and then the kangaroo squares up, and the guy's like, and he steals off the kangaroo, and the kangaroo looks like maybe he was surprised as well that this had happened.
Like wait a second, he just stole off me. That
Like, yeah, he was like, and so the guy just kind of like looked at him and is like, I can't believe I just did that. And he ran away as well. The kangaroo stood there for a second on his back leg, like,
I don't know too
his
much about the
tail.
origins of boxing, but I'm pretty sure it was based off kangaroo activity.
maybe.
Pretty positive.
Maybe the first boxing match was
Maybe
between
we'll learn
a
that
man
in our
who
kangaroo
encountered
facts.
A man who encountered a kangaroo in the wild. You can't believe what I just did. I just boxed the shit out of a kangaroo.
Like box.
What's box? Well, they put their fists up like this, and that's why everybody fights
They were
like.
prepared to throw fisticuffs.
That's why everybody fights like this, right? Or did
Who
fight
fights like this?
All the guys
You
from
know,
the old
fucking Curly from the Three Stooges. and
Amish
shit.
people, like I told you, that's called a little bit of a callback.
I'm gonna learn you one.
Amish people, since they don't have TV, probably never seen the guys be like, well, if you put your fist up a little higher, you block everybody punching in your face, right? Instead of
word?
this leaves you pretty open. Like, what do you got?
What you have to understand is you don't have the same ability to move like a kangaroo does. He has a kickstand and shit. Like you don't even have to be on all legs. All right.
Also, they can just jump over you.
Right. Clearly,
Do
30
they
feet.
kick?
Yeah, of course.
So
All right, so
kangaroos
listen, it
kick
says
and punch.
if threatened,
Dude, they are.
kangaroos pound the ground with their strong feet in warning. They're like, back up, sucker, I got you. Give me 3
They
feet.
have fucking big ass Shaq feet.
Fighting kangaroos kick opponents and sometimes bite.
Wait, hold on. Rewind.
I told you they use their tails
No,
as
no, no, that's
kickstand,
not
and
the
they're like,
question.
"Pow, pow."
That's not the question.
What's the question?
Are you telling me right now?
I'm telling you what they told me.
No. Do you mean to tell me right now that there are two different kangaroos and fighting kangaroos? Because that's what you just read.
No. Kangaroos that are in a fighting stance.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay, all right.
Because not all.
I'm just trying to
Not every time you
distinguish
see a kangaroo are they
whether-
fighting.
Right, because I
You
don't
know?
want to walk up on a kangaroo one day like, dude, I'm not trying to fight you, bro. And he looks at me like, I just want to hug you. He puts his fists up like this, and now there's a problem because I punched a fucking kangaroo. Also,
Kangaroos are weird.
Maybe
dude.
also a new addition to my bucket list.
All right, so look,
Like I might want to fight a kangaroo one day.
I think you'd get your ass whooped, but that's just me.
No, man, I'm a train.
So you are not an unstoppable object, I promise you. A kangaroo would be like, what? Fuck you.
I think I'm gonna train.
I also
think-
got to imagine that they're
so
much stronger than us.
This might be the only animal, if someone were to be like a big animal, where they were like, because most animals have the upper hand on us. Let's be honest here, right?
Yeah.
Ones that are our size, right? Go try to get a horse. Horse is gonna kick the shit out you dead. Fucking bull's gonna put his horn right up your asshole, and you deserve it.
That's why we need tools and weapons.
But a kangaroo,
Our brain is our ability to. It's our step
like,
above.
I don't know how the instincts are for a kangaroo. Like, are they bobbing and weaving? But I do know that
I'm gonna watch some kangaroo fights later on.
if
I'll tell you
there's
this much.
ever one thing I think I could train to beat a kangaroo.
I gotta imagine
Like,
if
I
they're
could
50
watch-
deep and they're in herds all over Eastern Australia, that there's probably mad boxing videos of kangaroos.
How many
and I'm gonna look for
kangaroos
them.
will it take to kill you?
Well, at least 2. If it's 2, I'm fucked. Like you have literally
you
that's
can't fight 2 kangaroos.
that means you have 4 legs, 2 tails, which are like 3. It's like
All
additional
right,
legs,
but
and
they
then you have 2
don't-
boxing ass kangaroos.
What I'll say about a kangaroo is yes, they can lean on their backs, right?
But they could also leap 30
It
feet.
doesn't look like they're very quick laterally though.
I mean, I would try to like kick it in the stomach if I
So-
had to. Fuck you.
No, because I feel like that they got extra stuff there because
No,
they-
only the females. I was about to read that part.
so males don't have a pouch.
Female kangaroos sport a pouch on their belly made by a fold in the skin to cradle baby kangaroos called joeys.
So
that answers
are
all
you
your questions
saying
right there.
that right now. So okay, who's the? Is it the women?
Newborn joeys are just 1 inch long at birth. So you're a 6 foot tall fucking animal is giving birth
How
to
many
a 1
fucking-
inch baby.
How many? It's like they're taking a shit.
Or about the size of a grape. After birth, joeys travel unassisted through their mom's thick fur to the comfort and safety of the pouch.
Unassisted? They just.
That's weird. So
look.
they're born and they just like do their own birthing
Two
situation.
questions. Two questions. Are the lady kangaroos the aggressors or the strong ones like lions, or are we talking about like they just chill and the males go out there and start shit? Either way, fuck it. I can look at kangaroo fights, right? I can watch them on YouTube and say, okay, I can prep for this. This ain't that hard. He can't look to his left that well. So all I'm saying is kangaroos are probably the only animal I would be like, yeah, I'll beat that kangaroo's ass.
Here, there's two more facts real fast, right? So that at 10 months,
I think I could beat a kangaroo's ass. Also, you're kind of if you're telling me that 2 kangaroos can fuck you up,
I'm pretty positive, man. Listen, I've never like faced a
you
one
telling
kangaroo.
me you couldn't fight 2 kangaroos? They're just kangaroos at the end of the day.
What if they're like both kicking me at the same time?
It would take
Fuck,
a
do I look
lot
like
to
Liam
kick-
Neeson would jump and like spin and
would
kick them both in
take
the
a
face?
lot for them to-
You go this way, I go this way. Like, it ain't no
I
damn
think it's
Jackie
harder
Chan.
for them
fool.
to kick than you realize.
I don't think so. Anyway,
I don't think they're just walking up and super kicking you.
they don't give any more facts about their fighting.
Okay,
But at 10 months, the Joey is mature enough to leave the pouch for good.
they're in the pouch the whole time.
No, they leave it, I think, at some point. At 4 months, the Joey emerges from the pouch for short trips to graze on grass and small shrubs, and they jump back into the pouch. It's weird. And then besides humans and wild dogs called dingoes, kangaroos face few natural predators. Heat, drought, and hunger due to vanishing habitat are the biggest dangers.
Why did
kangaroos face.
Australia use such funny names for everything?
Maybe the dingo ate your baby.
Dingoes, kangaroos, wombats, fucking joeys. All right, so look, you telling me that you would get beat up by 2 kangaroos?
Yeah,
concerns me.
motherfucker. Listen, I am realistic about my abilities. I think that I could beat up one kangaroo if I had to. If it was like a situation where like, damn, I got to fight this.
So
motherfucker.
you've
Like,
seen the video, right? The kangaroo looked like he was stunned. I think one hit, they're not ready for that hit.
so then you just run after that.
Also, when you don't fight like this, but you fight like this, they also don't know what's going on.
They're like, wait a second. Maybe I should do that. Like, you're gonna make a fucking
They're
good
gonna
boxer
evolve?
out of a kangaroo.
They're gonna evolve. No,
Probably.
listen, I'm pretty sure I could whoop the shit out of 2 fucking kangaroos. I think once it gets to like 4.
Is this like when you like fight a bunch of midgets in a ring and like? you're
That's
trying
not
to
the word.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that's how it was when things like that happened.
So listen,
It doesn't happen anymore.
but listen. I don't know that that's true. Also,
People have
No,
like illegal like short people rings
I'm
of fighting,
saying
and
one kangaroo is probably easy, right? Like I'm a knock.
I don't know if it's easy, man. You just said this. Most animals have the upper hand on us.
So if
you have two of those animals facing you,
So firstly, if it's the woman kangaroo, right? If she comes,
well, they're probably naturally more aggressive just because they have the baby in their pouch,
maybe they're just kicking it.
or maybe they're just like, I'm gonna go tell my man. Like,
That's probably a thing too. But no, okay. So I'm gonna give them 1-2, right? And as they're in a daze because they don't expect me to hit them as hard as I
throw an
did.
overhand right and a
I'm
hook.
gonna take their little pouch and I'm gonna pull them to the ground, right? So as they're on the ground, unable to understand how this just happened, I'm gonna
Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of them while they're on the ground.
You're gonna do a ground and pound like UFC style on this
Yes,
bitch?
we're talking about.
Remember when Stone Cold back in the day, he like bounced off the rope and then he would jump and start beating you in the head?
That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna find. No, honestly, or we'll just set up.
We used to play Warzone and that would be like the main move like 27 times.
I just feel like
so
you
you just couldn't get up.
Two kangaroos is. Are you like?
Yo,
What do you not got confidence in yourself? Like 2 kangaroos.
Okay, let's say you're fighting 2 6-foot dudes. You think you're gonna have an easy day against them by yourself?
They're not dudes though.
But they probably are stronger.
And 2 6-foot guys.
More,
Listen, 2 6-foot guys maybe. Right? Like
I feel like I can beat up 2 6-foot guys quicker than I can beat up 2 fucking kangaroos.
dude, I think that you've underestimated yourself.
I think that you've overestimated yourself.
So
I got to get some more research on how good kangaroos actually box. But
So-
if they are indeed the originators of what a boxing stance is, like, come on, man.
All right. So there's the question that Joe Budden was asking. I will steal it from them. We'll give them credit. But I do want to ask you.
Yeah, no, 2 pit bulls would fuck me up.
No, not pit bulls. Not the pit bulls. I think was it 12-year-olds or 7-year-olds? How many 7-year-olds would it take to take you down?
Listen, man. That I would say it'd be just a long day of just beating up 7-year-olds until I was like, all right, I'm done with this.
Ish said that there is no number.
That's what I'm thinking. Like I'll
Joe
whoop the
said-
shit out of 7-year-olds
Joe said something like 27.
until you're just tired and like, fuck it, man, I'm done.
All right, I'm not. So,
Think about how strong a 7-year-old is and how aggressive they
not
are.
very.
I'm gonna
But-
just kick them.
but if you got those anomalies, right, like those 8th graders that are 6'12", you know,
Yeah, but he's still a kid and he still can't fight.
Cat Williams.
Just let
got
me get
beat
one
up.
good.
Cat Williams got beat up by a 16-year-old.
Yeah, but 16 years old you can fight. 7-year-old you can't fight.
That's maybe true. Maybe. Okay, so
Depending where you grew up, 16 years old you
so
can
you're
probably
saying that
fight
you're
pretty
never
well.
gonna lose? These kids are all
No.
just never. So
It's gonna be just a knockout
Are
spree.
we
There's gonna be
gonna-
just piles of fucking knocked out children around me.
are we gonna be? So is your strategy to like use your environment? Let's say you knock out like 10 of them, right? Bow, 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 bow. Right?
You think I'm exerting that much energy? I'm knocking one out, then I'm picking one up and just knocking out the other kids with them.
I might literally just do like dives off porches onto like large
Just do clotheslines, like knocking out 10 of them.
large sums of 7-year-olds. I know that. Listen, kids are vicious. You never know. I'm not saying that.
But they're all this tall,
We're
so I can
not
at least
saying-
kick them out of my
listen,
way if I need
before
to.
anybody goes crazy. We're not saying we want to go find a whole bunch of 7-year-olds and beat the shit out.
But
of
if you know a bunch of 7-year-olds who want to try it,
I'm talking about a
Sup?
scenario where 7-year-olds, for some reason, have decided that they run the world. I think lowballing myself, hundreds.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think it stops until I'm tired. I'm like, listen,
I
enough
think
is
that
of
we
you
run
children.
out of 7-year-olds before I run out of the ability to beat the shit out of them.
That's what I'm saying. Look, one solid kick. Like, I'll just be doing Roadhouse all day long.
Can we use environment? Can
Yeah,
I,
sure, like-
can I roll like barrels down the street at them? Like
I feel like
bowling?
if you have what I would consider like rabid 7-year-olds attacking you like excessively.
All right, so
then you can do whatever you need to do.
Are they zombies now?
No, just like they're
What if there were zombie 7-year-olds? How many does that mean that you can take out?
well, then they're even slower, right?
Right. But if they get
I'm
you, they
fucking
get
them
you.
up.
Also, 7-year-olds are probably known for biting more than anything. So like that's their bread and butter, right?
Just give me some steel toes, man. That's all I need.
So you got to go run in the crib and change your shoes.
I mean, I guess I don't even have any steel toes in the house.
So I'm thinking,
I'm bringing like a little bat
as
with a
long-
bunch of ladies
all
and
right,
fucking things.
one weapon.
A bat
That's it.
to take out zombie 7-year-olds. Yeah,
But what if the bat breaks?
I'm gonna take that metal
also,
one.
Also, sometimes
You know, you got that metal one.
Yeah,
from-
but you know the sting sometimes from a real hard swing on like a nice pitch.
just give me one of those baseball gloves.
So you're gonna put gloves on too.
One baseball
That's
glove.
the glove though. That's the tool. You can no longer have the. So now you're just gonna be hitting them with leather gloves.
just taking out kids all
Like,
day.
ah,
Dude, I'll be
fuck
fucking
y'all,
kids. I will-
7-year-old
I will fuck
motherfuckers.
some 7-year-olds up.
Okay, 7. What about 10s? 10, I think now they can like organize.
10 is when they start to get a little bit taller.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
can organize.
That's when you have your anomalies pop
I'm
up.
gonna stay at 7, and I'm gonna say hundreds, right? Before I go.
I'm gonna
before
say
I
we run
get-
out. Like, there's not gonna be enough room for 7-year-olds to rush in anymore because there's gonna be so many knocked out 7-year-olds all around me.
It's gonna be piles of stupid 7-year-olds everywhere.
I will fight the fuck out of some 7-year-olds if they needed, if they wanted it.
Now,
Sorry.
I'm gonna be honest. Pit bulls are the thing that I'm pretty sure. Like, I like to think that I would be able to get away from 1. 2 is a little bit of a problem.
It depends who gets the first hit. Like if they latch on to me, I'm fucked. But
So I've
if I
heard
get like a good kick,
Somebody told me that you can grab their balls and make them stop. Like people who haven't because it
trying to do all that.
well, you have to. I think to make them not lock,
Hmm.
or if they've locked, I think you can grab their balls and maybe that might help.
Such a fucked up predicament to have to be in. Like,
I'd be like,
either I'm
listen,
gonna get mauled by a
Listen,
pit
this
bull.
hurts, but I will grab your dick and I will squeeze it.
That's a real fucked up situation to be in the first place, man. Like,
listen, I love you, but I don't love you that much.
I don't know if we last week. So it happened in the morning before we. Wait a second.
I'm gonna say at least it's gonna take
after we potted.
1,000 7-year-olds. Okay, so all right. So first, okay. So all right, never mind, because this will jump into a whole nother thing.
Fucking
You just
7-year-olds
brought
up, about to just drop marbles all over the floor.
Right, like you can outsmart them. Like this isn't Kevin McAllister.
No.
Right. If anything, there's a whole bunch of like, the sticky bandits. Like that's what I would equate the children to, and I'm Kevin McAllister. Right. Like they're a whole
just setting up booby traps and
They're
having
a
fun.
whole bunch of. They're not even smart enough to know what that they are 7.
Okay,
yet.
but here's the question, right? There's a difference to how you would approach this. If this was like a planned fight and you were like in the ring and they were just like King of the Ring and WWF,
I
like
don't
they're just
picture-
coming
I
every
don't
30
picture it
seconds,
like
they're
that.
sending more of them.
Every 30 seconds, I have enough. Like literally, I'm gonna like
Or is it like you don't expect
just
this?
fucking launching kids out of the ring.
You're
like,
walking down the road in the middle of the street, like in downtown,
That's more-
and all of a sudden, like a gang of 7-year-olds comes
Yeah.
and they call their backups, and there's a 7-year-old.
Orale, vato. Like,
Like you're in the middle, like picture you in the middle of like a concert venue style
This
group
is-
of 7-year-olds,
that's what I picture. I picture it more like,
and it's like everybody was kung fu fighting.
so this before we go into what this will segue into, they've like in the Matrix when he fought all the Mr. Smiths.
Mm-hmm. yeah.
Right? Imagine a bunch of like 7-year-olds dressed in tuxedos running at you. Like, and you're just kicking them, just fucking launching them everywhere. I guess I'm kind of assuming 7-year-olds aren't going to be like bigger than I'd realize. So, I mean, it's probably going to be easier because I can swing more at my waist.
Yeah.
Right? Like just la la la. Like and they got long, stupid, they got really stupid short arms.
I'm not expecting them to put up a fight. Not a good fight.
No. So I'm picturing literally
Like I just picture kicking and just kids just flying like footballs just all over the place.
they're gonna get me more off of me being fatigued
Right.
than anything. Like they're gonna catch me like
Even my
I'm a-
arrogance is not going to lose me this fight.
They may catch me slipping, right? Because I think after I've beat about after about 727 them have just been piled, right? I'm gonna
The
go
only
get some
thing I would
food.
request is a cup.
Cup.
They're small enough to just get one good hit on your dick and might fuck you up.
Oh, a cup.
So yeah, a cup might be important there.
Can I jump in a car?
No,
Remember
you
that
can't
game-
run them down.
remember the game State of Emergency?
Dude, I think about that game a lot because you go into the fucking
All you do
mall
is
and you
just kill people.
murk everybody.
They're all running around frantically for no reason. I think it's because
It's one of the most violent games of all time.
of all time.
You have like literally just venues, like thousands of people, and you're just taking them down with guns.
The things that couldn't fly
Yeah.
now.
And it wasn't even. It's not like Grand Theft Auto when you go on a rampage and then like the cops show up and you have to fight them. Too.
Right, like there was
no
like
resistance.
repercussions.
Yeah,
Like, you're just blowing people the fuck up.
that shit was fun, man. Ain't gonna lie.
So anyway, back to the 7-year-olds and the fact that I've just destroyed a large like population of them.
Right, like
If
the
anything,
next
I'll feel-
generation is not bright
If
now
anything,
because
I'll feel
these kids are all
bad.
dead.
I'll feel bad, right? But I'm assuming all the really stupid ones are the one that came to fight me. The real smart ones are like at the crib doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. But now I'll tell you this much. When you think about the next generation coming in, there's a whole lot. Even if these 7-year-olds make it, because I'm not trying to kill them, but as a fully grown adult male, it could happen.
All right, listen.
They're going to sustain some kind of lasting damage.
Yeah, it's not going to land well.
And the next generation
it's an
is just
interesting
not going to be
strategy.
good.
Let's see how it works out for them.
He is not going to be able to see very well, Cotton.
But so
I think that would be the caveat. You have to have a blindfold on or something. Like it has to be more
Like a
even fight
piñata?
for them. Yeah, like
then I definitely want something like a chainsaw or something like I can mold
it'd
them
be like in
down
The
with.
Simpsons. Like I'm just gonna keep walking and going like this, and if I hit you,
Well, I'm gonna start walking, kicking in the air like this, and if I hit you, that's stupid shit. But off of the topic of beating 7-year-olds,
yeah, we stayed a long time.
we're
on
not
it.
beating 7-year-olds like just because. We're talking about them attacking us in large quantities. Also, how many? Like, why are all these 7-year-olds together?
I don't know, but
They
they
banded together.
just think about it. Like you know how the whole like flash mob of violence was always happening downtown. Just think about it now. It has trickled down to the 7-year-olds who has watched their dumb parents do it because they were born. You know when the
Yeah, their
parent
parents
was
were, like,
17 years old and
14.
had no direction. Yeah.
But anyway, so I was gonna say, so we get onto another topic that's not this fucked up. So Matrix, the
Yeah.
new one came out, or not the new one, the new trailer was released.
Okay. Have not seen it.
I've watched it. It's good. I actually would think we should pause and you should watch it real quick. But if not, that's okay. It
Watch
looks
it
good.
afterwards.
So I was a big fan of the first one, obviously. But then it
I
started.
was never the biggest Matrix guy, to be honest.
First one was really dope. I thought it was just a really good action movie. Then they moved into this like real sci-fi area of things where I didn't see it actually. It was that, but it wasn't. It was a new take on it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
then it became this whole weird sci-fi thing. They were in this like weird spaceship world of space. I really don't know what the fuck was going on. So I honestly stopped watching a lot of it. First one was dope. This one apparently is in a way that Neo is old, Morpheus is young, and they both are trying to, I think, figure out, you know, what was what back in the day, like, or I don't. Again, back in the day, in the future, not sure which one because they flip flopped. But it looks good. It looks like it's gonna have some. It looks like one of my coworkers said it. He's like, it looks like all the CGI and everything is caught up.
Okay.
Right, like it was released
Is
at
it
the
still
time.
Keanu?
It is Keanu, right?
Okay.
Who's America's favorite fucking actor. So, what was the pill that would bring you into the Matrix? Do you remember?
I think it was the blue pill.
And the red one was you just remain.
I just remember in Grandma's Boy when he's like, "Don't take the red pill." So I just assumed it was the blue pill.
So,
I just had to make sure because Sarah was just here for a moment. She's also she's one of the bridesmaids at this wedding, so she's got things to running around to do. Just wanted to make sure she was good.
Yeah. What are you gonna take? Somebody comes to you like, "This is the Matrix." What do they describe it as? That's like opening of a knowledge and shit, like opening your
Yeah.
eyes and kind of like
Higher, unlocking higher learning or some shit.
like the fifth, the fifth dimension or whatever the shit is.
Yeah, whatever it is. And I don't even know what the fourth dimension is.
Yeah, I don't
you
either.
know? Or
There's
what?
three. I think we're three dimensional.
Because we're 3-dimensional. Because we're like,
Yeah, we're not two. We're not walking
true.
around looking like fucking Super Mario.
is that what 2D is? I don't know
I
any
think
of these things.
so. I think if I were to look at your side, you'd be like nothing.
I feel like I should have went to school for graphic design before we had this conversation.
But I mean, which one are you taking? What do you want? Like, I think I would be like, yo, honestly, can I just get like a
So wait, what?
sample?
The blue one takes me into the Matrix.
Right. They take that fucking
And the red
thing
one
and
does
stab
what?
it in the back of your head.
What does the red one do?
I think you go on living like without realizing. Like I think almost like in Men in Black,
Like
they put the little
erases your memory. That
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Thing. So in this scenario, I am Keanu, and they're like red or blue pill, and then if you go in there, you're
If
gonna
you
be
want to
like,
say you're Keanu,
what?
fine.
If
That's
you're, why are
cool.
you going into the Matrix if you're not the chosen one? Is all I'm saying. You know,
Well,
I would take the blue one,
right. But
assuming that I had like the same.
But you don't know that you didn't know,
You know?
that at that point. They presented to him before all that.
I would have a lot of questions before I made that decision.
Firstly, what
The fuck is the Matrix?
I would ask? Well, I've said before all that, like, dude, you're obviously on drugs. Right?
Who are you?
You're obviously.
Let's start here. Where did you come from, and why do you have these pills? And
More-
who designed these pills?
You're
And what
saying-
are the fucking like side effects?
Your name is Morpheus, right? That's cool. But he's quite obviously either a drug dealer or a guy who wants me to take the same drugs he's taking. I'm not gonna. It's either acid.
I would never talk to the people about the things that I do
What
with you
kind of
involving
pill
drugs.
is this? I would never just take a random pill, sir.
You can.
Does
like,
it
if you-
say? Does it say Matrix on the blue pill? Like, like this is the Matrix.
if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life, right? Like that's part of how that works.
yeah, I think that happened a couple times.
So,
like-
I would have so
it's
many questions.
basically pretend, right? You're playing pretend until it's no longer pretend.
And wait a second, isn't Avatar like the New Age Matrix? And I know that was like 2012.
No, Avatar is not
Same
the-
thing. They plug into something into your head. You go into a
but
foreign land,
no,
and
no.
you have weird
You-
powers that you
you're
didn't
in a
have
You're in
before.
a spaceship. They had you in a spaceship above their planet, right?
In Avatar,
Yeah.
but you had to no. You were plugged into a different existence. Like
yeah, but you were in space.
I don't know about that.
Like your whole.
All I know is you
no,
were plugged into like a different existence, and it's like
Yeah, well,
a different world.
They make you an avatar on this planet,
Right.
right?
But that's why, to me, it's kind of similar in a way to the Matrix. Like,
Well, the Matrix is talking about our Earth, so that's why it's different.
but it's also a different world that you're plugged into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the same world but different.
Otherworldly.
But not the world like Avatar. Avatar is like you're on their planet trying to steal their resources.
I'm just saying it feels
That's
like
what
a
they were
new-
looking for. Remember, they were looking for that natural rock or whatever the fuck was on their planet that would bring.
It just felt like
energy
it had
to
a
Earth.
similar tone in a way.
In
Like
the
not
way-
the,
in the
not
way-
the tone, but
in
like
the way that it's sci-fi. Yes,
Yeah,
but
well-
not in the way that any other way.
in the way that they plug a fucking thing into your head and bring you into another world.
You didn't plug into you sat in a chamber.
No.
Yeah.
No, you were plugged into something in
Matrix,
Avatar and in
they
Matrix.
stabbed the back of your head with that thing.
Both things you were connected to a weird machine to send you into this
You
land.
were in a thing. It closed on you. You would fall
Listen,
asleep.
whatever. All I know is, to me, it seemed to be like a more graphic, updated spin on things. Not that the Matrix had some dope ass graphics for the time that it came out. It was like a '98
Okay,
or
so
something like that.
yeah,
the first
the
one.
first one. But that's what I'm saying. Like after that, it got into the point where they were really overreaching the limits of what CGI had given at that point, or had the capability of doing at that.
I really
point.
enjoyed the Matrix video games. Like PlayStation 2 it was at the time, and it came out.
I don't
like those
really
things.
remember them too much.
Those were dope ass games, honestly. But
that's
the
not
movie.
what we're
it's-
talking about. The movie. The movie is different than the video game.
No, I hear you, but I'm just letting you know that that's the
yeah,
part
you
of the Matrix
could.
that I enjoyed was the games.
So the first one was really cool because like I love the scene at the end where they're in the building. He fucking slaps the coat back and he's strapped up and he just gets the fucking shooting
Fuck
everybody.
you, we got guns like Neo and Matrix.
Right. but after that it got weird. Why he fought 750,000 Mr. Smiths? It was like a depiction of me beating all these 7-year-olds
They're
up.
agents. Not all of them were Mr. Smith.
Agent Smiths.
Whatever.
That's what they are. Same guy.
I don't know.
Same guy.
I just know that he
But
was
the-
like he had like that bamboo stick and he was like kicking people in the face, going around in circles and shit.
It looked a little cheesy.
That's how I would have to fuck up those 7-year-olds with a stick in the ground, just doing like bicycle kicks.
You're just smarter. You gotta smart them. I would literally fucking jump off a pole, like swing on a pole and just kick a whole bunch of them in the head. But like while I'm doing it, I'm walking. So I'm
much.
walking on their faces.
That's why the pole stands upright, because you're using them as like a balance.
Right. Exactly.
Fucking kids up. Stop.
I'm not gonna take the pills, guy. I honestly I don't want either.
Like, why do I have to take this?
What
What
if-
happens if I don't?
What if that's how the movie was? Right?
You're gonna
Like,
shoot me in the face now? Like, you either take this pill or die. You choose
Was
which
that
one.
was that the
I don't know.
was that what they stipulation?
I don't know. I don't know, but it seems like
So I got to take a drug or a different drug or die.
You either take this memory erasing pill that just sends you back off into the world and you act like this never happened.
I think if I was presented with this, I'm honestly going to be like, all right, you know what? What's the closest to what I'm doing right now?
Who knew that The Matrix would be a topic of conversation 23 years after the first came out, and we're sitting here just talking
Because
about
they've
it,
just released the new thing.
Well, I mean, like the red pill, blue pill.
I'm not taking either. I'm going to be like, listen, dude, I was just making eggs.
Like, y'all, so I don't know what y'all want.
I'm gonna just go.
How did I get here?
I forget what happened. I think in Matrix, the first one, like somebody planted something in his bag, right? Accidentally, or maybe was he a hacker? No, he wasn't. Remember,
I don't even know.
No, I'm thinking of a different movie. I think I'm thinking about Enemy of the State.
You might be thinking about movie Hackers.
Think about Enemy of the State with Will Smith,
Yeah.
right? Which is a whole nother topic of things.
Yeah.
But maybe one day we'll do a watch along on that, even though it's like 460 minutes.
You know what we should do? We should do a watch along with Inception, because that whole thing is a mind fuck. And
If we do it, we're gonna do shrooms.
Fuck it. Get some pizza.
We're gonna do some shrooms and we're gonna watch Inception because I think that's what you need to do on Inception.
I don't know, man. I think like it'll blow my whole fucking mind. That movie, I still don't.
You'll never be done with being. You'll
I still only understand so much of it.
You'll be incepted at that point.
I will be. I was. I'm. It's a. You are mind fucked the complete time of that movie.
I still don't know what the fuck I watched.
No, I don't know if anybody else. Like, if you can explain Inception to me,
it's not one of those movies I can watch over and over again and then like to try to learn more about it. I just can't.
Why do you keep falling over? How high? You don't want to be up there. going all tired and just droopy.
No, I don't know. No, I think we think we're gonna do shrooms if we were to do that for sure. But Inception is like one of those movies where it's just too much of a mind fuck to watch over and over, and it's too long.
It's like,
why do they gotta make movies that are 4 hours long?
It's one of those things that like puts you in a daze for like the next week, and I'm like spending so much time trying to digest what I watched that I don't know what's happening on a moment-to-moment basis in my day. And I'm like...
Is that the most mind-fucked you ever been during a movie?
It's the most notable one that I can remember now.
It was like it went out of its way to just fuck you every way you could.
Yeah.
Like you were like, this doesn't make it.
Also, we have to plan for a Curious Case of Benjamin Button watch-along.
Dude, for sure. I want to know what happens at the end.
I'm telling you right now. Don't expect them to be just absorbed back into the vagina. That's not how it works.
Listen, I'm pretty sure at the end of Benjamin Button, you're all wrong. Right?
The people who have said things about it have probably watched it.
Have you happened to watch all the way through the credits?
Of Benjamin Button?
Yeah, you know how at the end
I've seen snippets of it.
Oh,
I've never actually watched it.
Like, you know, at the end of...
That's why I'm saying we got to watch it, because I don't know.
Okay, good, because I'm pretty sure you're going to be wrong. So, like, you know how at the end of every movie they have, like, the credits, and then after the credits they have, like in, like, Marvel movies? I think what you're going to see is, don't get me wrong, it's going to be backwards, right? So the doctor's going to slap him on his ass and just shove him back in the vagina, and it's going to be black, and that's going to be the end of the movie.
It's going to be the whole Nas C4, just the whole rewind track.
Yeah, but it's going to be a guy going in...
hung up the phone, then the phone rang.
Like I don't know how it's gonna end. But
did he make a music video for that?
Yeah, rewind. No, wait, maybe I don't remember.
Because that would be like an interesting concept for a movie.
Couldn't tell you. Doesn't matter.
You tell me a story that starts at the ending. And
we will start watching.
I see him right now.
We are gonna watch Benjamin Button. We are.
Yeah,
and
we need to, because I first of all don't know what the whole thing is. I know the concept of the movie, and I've seen like
my issue
maybe a total of 15 minutes of it.
I need continuity, right? So if you're telling me that he is, I guess, basically comes out the grave like in Thriller, right?
Yeah, and Thriller music's playing.
So
right?
is there a beginning and an end to his life, right? Or do we just enter the movie and he's 85 years old?
I don't know, but the problem is that he's also like 3 feet tall and gray. Yeah, so he's gonna hang it up. You need to get like
Hold on.
You need like extra.
Wait! Stop! Shut up! Hold on.
Yeah, man, he's a short mini man.
Hold on, I gotta formulate this question myself because I did not know this. Hold on.
Well, do it fast.
Are you saying that Brad Pitt in this movie is a little person?
He's a child man.
at the beginning of the movie, he's old.
I don't know how things go from the start.
If he's old, is he 3 feet? He's a 3 feet, 80-year-old man.
He's a child who's an old man at the same time.
None of this makes sense.
We have to watch it.
We're gonna watch this movie, and it's gonna be a watch along, and that's gonna be a fun one to check out.
I don't know if it's gonna be fun or if it's gonna be confusing or if it's gonna be entertaining. I don't know, but
Just
we'll
be prepared for us to edit our own ending to that.
But there's like some movie. I think it's Look Who's Talking. Remember, like that's how the movie starts. He's coming out of the vagina.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so in the beginning
don't
of Benjamin
know.
Button, is there like an opening, but it's literally his hand sliding through?
That was a good movie, by the way.
What?
Look Who's Talking.
Look Who's Talking is great. It's and two.
Yeah.
Because I just love Bruce Willis's voice as the fucking baby. It's hilarious. It makes me want to watch it right now. But I'm gonna end the podcast is about. I gotta end it on this note.
Well, we can't end it yet.
Well,
We
no,
can
not end, but I'll end my thought here. If the movie doesn't start with him coming through the grass in his own grave, I've been highly disappointed already. And it needs to start that way. Otherwise, we're going to cut it off.
So it would be Lupe Fiasco's The Cool, essentially.
No. It's going
He came back in the same suit that he was buried in.
Yes, essentially. But as the narration over Michael Jackson's Thriller, when it goes... Whoosh,
What if he was like got like shot in his 30s at some point? Like
but that doesn't work because he's 80 something in the movie. I know.
No,
this.
but he comes out as an old man and he gets younger
aged
as
in
he
the
ages.
grave?
He gets younger as he ages.
He aged in the grave?
No, he aged in the fucking uterus or wherever that thing.
He came out a grown man.
Happened.
What's up, bitch?
He was an old man when he was a young man.
There's too many holes in this movie for me. We're gonna have to check it out.
Look, Joe Budden summed it up the only way that it makes any kind of sense to me.
Oh, before I was young, call me Benjamin Button. I get it.
That's the only way that it makes sense to me. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
We'll see. It'll make more sense when we watch it.
We'll check it out.
Anyways.
Anyway.
So moving on to the sneakers to wrap things up.
Yeah, what you got?
I put on these are I've had these on probably when we first came back, but alternate grape
Came back
grape
in
fives.
the same shoes that he was buried in.
Fives are probably top 2 favorite Jordans for me.
Top 2?
And in no particular order, probably swaps with the 9s.
Really? 5 and 9s, huh?
Yep. But anyway, still a pair that has not really seen the outside world too much. I did smoke a cigarette in the garage with them earlier, but I don't think that counts.
I still sell them as dead stock.
Well, I'm not even going to sell them. I thought it was my 5s. But that's it. I decided to put them on because that blue I thought matched a little bit of the blue of this Ask Me About My Podcast shirt.
It kind of does.
Ask me about my wiener.
Ask me about my wiener.
So yeah, nothing crazy. And I see that you have brought back
Yeah, just
oldie but goodie.
Yeah, Jordan 1s, man. Just some Royals, and I like them. So there was that.
You kind of already called attention to them early on when you took them off.
Yeah, I know.
Kinda
But I'll have another pair coming soon. It's going to be a little bit of a finality to some a little saga we've had going on the podcast. So
We need to also upgrade some shirts so that we don't have to just rock the 100th episode once.
Yeah, when in doubt, no laundry's clean. Wear the podcast shirt.
We got a 50th and a 100th. Now we need in general.
We're just gonna get a logo shirt coming soon. Soon as we get some more subscribers to the pod on the Patreon.
Which, don't worry, okay? We
Adam's
put the
got-
watch along up there. It's just, it's an hour and a half of editing at least.
The watch along is coming. I don't know.
Sometime this week, but obviously not in the next couple days because tonight I have a wedding. Tomorrow have to edit the pod and work my regular job. And then Tuesday, if anything, I'll probably focus more of my energy.
We'll try to get it up Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we'll try to get it up quicker after that. But yeah, so as soon as we get these, we want people, understand that we're not going to start dropping them unless we plan to drop more. So as soon as you subscribe on the Patreon, you'll get more of those get dropped.
Also, water, because you're still the only one there. I do have a couple of other after parties that have to go up. Sorry, I've been slacked the last week or two, but been a busy time. So I will worry about getting the watch along up first.
Yep.
And then, depending on if I have any more space with Vimeo's rules, I might have to wait until Monday, or the following Tuesday. But I'll focus on getting the after parties up there too.
Yeah, and we're gonna try to maybe do another watch along next Sunday. I have a wedding but mine starts a little later. So maybe me and him will get together a little earlier on in the day and try to, do just a spoiler alert, Happy Gilmore. But it'll fit in the
And
time.
stop being wedded on Sundays, people. It's inconvenient. I got work on Monday.
Weddings on Sundays is difficult, but it is what it is.
It
What
sure
you gonna
is.
do?
Sure
It
is.
sucks that the bride and groom get to go, to wherever the fuck they're gonna go afterwards, and we just sit there. But hey, I'm not complaining.
And on that bombshell, yeah, we're gonna call it. It's been episode 109 for your ass. So on behalf of my dog, who doesn't have any sneakers to show you, my brother, who is now old as fuck as of last weekend.
Yeah, we spoke about that though, right?
Yeah, because we did on
seen each
Saturday.
other
I think,
Sunday.
yeah. And for myself, we will catch y'all on episode 110. All right.
Peace.